I know this video is late, but since the game is essentially free for PlayStation Plus members, I finally downloaded and played for about an hour of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. Oh my god. And I'm not lying to you, the game crashed within the first minute. Like the tutorial section where you're playing as all four different characters and going to a certain spot on the map or whatever, literally within the first minute of me trying, I think it's Deadshot who you're first playing as, and you're playing with the controls, and it says do this, this, and this. Literally the first minute in, I crash. I didn't even get to actual gameplay yet. I was just jumping around and getting used to it. Crash. That is not a good sign. Now, I reloaded the game and got back to that point and was able to jump because I was in the middle of jumping and it crashed. And I got past that point when I reloaded it and got through about the first hour. This is just sad. It is. The gameplay feels completely different than what you'd expect from the Arkham franchise. Now I understand this game was never intended to be like that, but it's just so jarring that this is taking place and set within the world of the Arkham universe that they had established. And there's all these rumors now that they're developing and working on a game that's similar to the Arkham stuff, and that they're actually going back to the Arkham franchise with a new Batman game or something. And they're going to steer clear from this because now the game is no longer getting any additional content, which makes a lot of sense because the game crashed and burned. The gameplay was okay, right? Once we actually got past the whole crashing issue. But it just felt like, okay, we're playing as these four individual characters and we're just randomly shooting and just like there's no rhyme or reason or really any care to what you're actually doing from what I played so far. Now I understand I haven't gotten to the majority of the game because I've only played like about an hour of the tutorial and then whatever like takes a little place after that. But also it's like, what were they thinking? Why was this game in so much development hell for a long time to where they finally got it to release? And look at the response to it. Like I remember specifically they delayed the game because there were some bad responses to the marketing and some of the stuff they were showing in terms of footage and gameplay. That there was a lot of backlash. They decided to actually delay the game to rework on it. But the thing is, once you have the established core of your game, to delay it like half a year or a little bit longer than that to kind of rework it, and you're not actually really reworking it because the foundation and everything is already set in place. Like to undo that would take years to redevelop the game properly. So I don't know what exactly they did when they delayed it that one time. That was very like noticeable that they were putting out gameplay and stuff, and they decided to pull it back and work on it some more for quite a bit of time, and then start releasing more stuff later on. Who knows what they actually worked on? Who knows what actually they changed? Who knows? But yeah, there's a reason why this is free for PlayStation Plus members to download, essentially, because there's no reason to there was no reason to buy the game, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't because that crash was a huge bad taste in my mouth, a huge red flag. And I understand this video is way late. This game has been out for a while. I understand, but if I was somebody who purchased the game when it dropped, and that crash happened immediately when I loaded the game up, which apparently when the game first launched, they were having a lot of issues, like way more issues than apparently now. Because once I got past that one issue, that one crash, there was no issues after that point. But apparently when it launched, there was a lot more problems people were having. But if that happened to me day one, oof, no, that's even worse. But that's a bad sign out the gate that it crashed immediately. It wasn't like I got like through an hour of gameplay and there was a crash and I reloaded it back to my save point and I was fine. No, within the first freaking minute of me getting into the actual game, it crashed. Like that is not a good sign at all. So I'm glad I didn't waste my money, and I don't know if I'll actually continue playing it. I might just delete it, honestly, and focus on other stuff because I don't know if there's really a reason to continue. I may just to get, I don't say achievements, but it's on PlayStation trophies. But honestly, I really don't have a desire really to get back into it at the moment. I just wanted to kind of rant a little bit and kind of convey my thoughts about having that crash issue and the fact that the game is just, yeah. Look, Rocksteady had the world at their fingertips, right? With what they were doing with the Arkham franchise. Even though Arkham Knight wasn't received that great overall, it still was a really damn good game, and it's honestly, it still looks fantastic to today's standards. It's still one of the best looking games. So They got to get that. They got to get the momentum back because Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League really has undermined their credibility and where they were at in terms of the gaming world, in terms of their stature and where they were standing. Because right now they're not in a good spot, so they really have to turn things around. And whatever game they're working on, whatever they're actually working on next, it's got to deliver. And I'm not saying rush it out to try to change the minds of people now, but they better freaking deliver whatever that next game is and hope that it sticks. Because whatever they were trying to attempt with this game here, and I'm pointing at my PlayStation over here, not good.